Hey guys, today I'm going to be going over 75 things I would change about Geometry Dash. I'll divide these into three categories. 1. Radical changes, which are either hard to implement or would completely break every level. 2. Improvements. These are relatively simple additions to the game that everyone would enjoy. And finally, bug fixes, which are, well, bugs that need fixing. Some of these are inspired by Mega Hack or Geode, but I think they deserve their own entry. The list has been in the works for quite a while now, so I hope you enjoy the video. Radical changes. These changes are hard to implement or would cause more harm than good. Only really useful if you remade the game from scratch, but interesting nonetheless. Number 1. Convert the ball, swing, and UFO hitboxes to be circles instead of squares. This would only apply to hazard detection, so the hitbox for landing on blocks would stay the same. 2. The cube and shift hitbox should be a combination of the cube's rotated hitbox, the one shown in practice mode, and the gridlocked hitbox. The reason for this is so the cube must actually touch the spikes to die, but things like straight fly remain unaffected. Dash orbs should not rely on the predator's rotation and instead tilt the hitbox in the direction the dash orb is facing. 3. The wave's hitbox should be diagonal and not locked to the grid. They should go straight when colliding with D blocks. 4. Spike hitboxes should be slightly smaller triangles. This wouldn't feel fair without the previous hitbox changes. 5. Allow usage of the wave in platformer mode, but make it go in 4 directions similar to Trigonometry Dash. 6. Allow usage of the swing in platformer and make it like the golden feather from Celeste. 7. Speed portals should always activate in the middle. Music should be sped up if you hit it late, similar to reverse orbs. 8. 4 half spikes should fill an entire block. 9. Add a way to showcase levels in vanilla. This would have a watermark similar to the test mode one, and it would definitely come in handy after updates when Mega Hack and Geode don't work. 10. Add a BPM finder in the editor. BPM trigger kinda sucks when you have to download the song and put it into an external website. 11. Add a tool for editing your music lines. You need to redo the entire thing if you make one mistake and it kinda sucks. You can even just remove the click menu altogether and just add a waveform with BPM lines and allow the user to choose specific ones to add as music lines. 12. Add an option that sorts the editor objects into columns with drop-down menus. You should be able to have 2 open at the same time so you don't have to switch between them constantly. For our 13th and final radical change, add an option to change the small step to 1/12 instead of 1/15. This would make 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, and 1/6 easy to access alignments instead of just 1/3, 1/5, which I have literally never seen anyone use consistently. Next up are the improvements. These are relatively simple and effective additions that can improve the game a lot. 14. Add a tool that allows you to find your universal offset. I doubt many people would use it at this point, as it's been so long that we just learned how to click early or late, but it would definitely be useful for newer players. Seriously, GD's the only rhythm game that doesn't have one. 15. Smooth out the player trail in the editor. This has been a modded thing for years, why isn't it in vanilla? 16. Add customizable keybinds. I have waited so long for this. 17. Add some more keybinds. Some important ones can include one for every button on the pause menu, copy values, paste state/color, edit special/group/object, go to layer, and everything else from better edit. 18. Modify the snap button to affect rotate free. This would snap things to multiples of 90, 45, and to align with the long slope like the rotate snap button does now. 19. Add a customized quick buttons option in the editor settings that allows you to drag and drop buttons from the edit tab into or out of the 4 in the bottom right corner. Like, why is free move there? 20. This one's probably my favorite. Allow uploaded levels to have disabled start positions and implement start pause switcher. This one could be pretty big for the community, but there's another solution if you want to keep practice mode as an actual thing. Here's my idea, the blue checkpoint. Under the special tab, there would be a new object that only appears while in practice mode. Make sure to give it an info button. Upon touching the checkpoint, you would permanently unlock the ability to switch to that checkpoint at any time while in practice mode. You would do this by pausing the game and clicking on the blue checkpoint icon under the practice mode progress bar that corresponds to where the checkpoint is. This way, players are encouraged to do a practice run of the level first. You should also be able to set the properties of the checkpoint like you would a start position, so that the player can't screw it up by being in the wrong game mode. Editor levels should have all checkpoints unlocked by default, so that if you really don't want to do a practice run, then just make a copy. Okay, that was a lot. Back to simple changes now. 21. Add info buttons to the S, J, D, H, and F blocks because nobody tells you what these things do. 22. Add a require input button to the F blocks if you don't want to bring back the ball ceiling bug. 23. Add links to pages of the editor guide inside certain info buttons. 24. Make default templates for all the existing tile sets in the game. 25. Fill out the existing tile sets with the missing blocks. For example, the Stereo Madness /1.0 tile set does not have a block for the four-way intersection. 26. Add a button that shows the info about the selected song in the song search filter. 27. Add an info button for the checkbox in the corner of the shader triggers, because I have no idea what it does, and at this point I'm too afraid to ask. 28. Add an HSV preview. It's been like 5 years since that one GD colon upload. 29. Show the actual level length below the length indicator. 30. Move the BPM tapper from the More button near the song download button to the editor. This is trivia question material at this point. 31. Allow the BPM trigger to spawn a group every beat or every 1/x beat. 32. Add a freeze pulses on death option. 33. Add a one-way option in the extras menu that relies on the object's rotation instead of the player's gravity. 34. Add autosave to the editor, or if that would have a bunch of bugs, a simple save reminder would work too. 5. Kind of a bug fix, but green orb editors are currently much harder than they used to be. You bonk on the ceiling even without an H block and it's really weird. 36. Add hide pause menu for screenshots, although the 2.206 teaser already showed the icon, so it might be in the next update already. 37. Add solid color saw objects for these kinds of saws for convenience. 38. Add background music to the editor that's unlocked by purchasing the menu music swapper. 39. Change the default color of the 1.0 slabs to black. 40. Move Spike Deco to the Spike tab. Why are they in the Blocks tab? 41. Add half Spike Deco. 42. Add a mask trigger for masking objects, or add mask layers. Not sure where they would go because the group menu is crowded enough. 43. Add the object channel to the game mode / background menu. 44. If a teleport portal is the place at the beginning of the level, teleport the player before the first frame to avoid an unwanted flash. 45. On mobile, make checkpoints place when you tap instead of when you release. 46. Allow holding directional inputs between attempts in platformer. 47. Add a copy player rotation option to the rotate trigger. 48. Add an object that copies the player's icon. 49. Add a claim all rated lists button that has a 24-hour cooldown because it would probably obliterate your servers. 50. Add replies to the comment section. 51. For platformer levels, show best time instead of 100% when posting comments. 52. Add completed and claimed filters for lists. 53. Add a show player hitbox option in the editor and make it show the actual right one. 54. Add a second type of layout slope that looks like the hitbox instead of just being a line. Maybe this will help noobs not invert their slopes. 55. Add hide effect block borders unless selected, and hide effect blocks when playtesting options in the editor. 56. Add an effect block option under Edit Special to show in normal mode. 57. Zoom 2 times for inside corner layout or rock objects inside of the menu buttons because they are too small and look nearly identical in low resolution and windowed mode. 58. Add an anchor button when warping an object that anchors it to the opposite handle. This is useful when you need to squish a spike against a block, for example. 59. For gradient triggers, add an always active button that activates upon loading the level. 60. Add a feature where right-clicking on a box in the editor clears whatever values inside and selects the box. This is similar to the behavior of boxes with negative values pre-2.2. Finally, bug fixes. We're almost there, just 15 left. 51. Fix horizontal player velocity not saving in practice mode on platformer levels. 62. Fix percentage in levels uploaded or updated after 2.2. Currently increases after you die or complete a level until it reaches 100%. This also affects practice mode. Additionally, start positions start at 0% no matter where you are in the level. See my world record run on Eternus for a demonstration. 63. Fix that one spider bug that this guy seems to be nagging everyone about. 64. Fix mini wave clipping through slopes with D blocks on them. I had a good time with this one. 65. Android text boxes are one character shorter than other platforms. This is a huge problem when dealing with editor song offset and universal offset. 66. On Android, fix data loss when closing the game without using the back gesture on the main menu, i.e. tabbing out and swiping up, or letting your phone go to sleep and the game restart. Or just bring back the X button from PC if you're lazy, as closing the game that way fixes the issue, although you have to remember to do it every time. 67. On Android, songs have inconsistent offset. This can't be fixed by changing your universal offset due to the character limit on the universal offset box. To fix it, you need a very low negative offset, and the lowest possible negative offset is -99 with 3 characters. My only idea on why this happens is that the game saves the song as no sound before the Newgrounds server responds to the request, and the result is that the song starts 2 times your ping later. My reasoning for this is that different songs have different offsets based on where I downloaded them, and it changes if I download the song from a different place. Additionally, the offset's approximately 0.1 seconds, which is double my ping in my house. However, this is just a theory, and I don't know enough to determine the actual cause. I don't know if this happens on other platforms, as I don't have the means to test it. 68. Fix the wave trail breaking on D blocks, and that mobile bug too if it still exists. 69. Nice. Fix screenshots needing to be taken twice before the correct image is shown while in full screen, specifically full screen borderless. 70. Fix horrendous saw textures and other 1 pixel gaps. Like seriously, what is this? 71. Some layout blocks have anti-aliasing applied, i.e. blur prevention when zoomed out, while others do not. This causes blurry edges mixed with sharp edges, which can look pretty bad. 72. Fix incorrect spike positions, as they currently start roughly 1/60th of a block below where they should. All spikes except the full one have this problem, and they don't all have the same incorrect offset. Also, the 1.0 slab's inside corner for slopes is off by less than 1/60th in both directions. 73. The default button for color channels does not work. 74. Fix a crash when playtesting in the editor too much, and then attempting to save. For our 75th and final change, I'd like to shout out a few geode mods. First and foremost, I'd like to add quick between frames. If I could have one change, it would be this one. Some other mods include skip editor save confirm, which is easy peasy, literal level lengths, formatted platformer time, custom keybinds, better save, better pause, and clean start pause. Better edit is probably asking for way too much, but the color menu would be great. I hope you've enjoyed me complaining about every single problem I have with this game. I want to get this out before 2.206 obliterated my third of my entries, so 25 of these are likely fixed if you're watching this after the end of May. Thank you so much for watching, have a good one, and goodbye.